57. Liam's POV. Marcus stayed with me at a bar near the river. 73. 59 vouchers. One drink turned into several. The noise dulled the thoughts. The fear. The rage I didn't know what to do with. By the time we got back to the apartment, the room was spinning. Angela rushed toward me the second the door opened. "Liam, baby, oh my God." "I'm fine," I slurred, immediately proving I was not. She guided me to the bathroom, held my hair back while I threw up, her hand steady on my back the entire time. She gave me my meds with water, made sure I swallowed. I clung to her like she was the only solid thing left in the world. "Promise me," I murmured, forehead pressed to her shoulder. "Promise you're mine. No matter what happens." Her arms tightened around me. "Liam. Please," I whispered, "I need to hear it." She pulled back just enough to look at me, eyes steady, unwavering. "What we have is real," she said. "I'm not going anywhere." My hands reached out to cup her face and I kissed her. I could vaguely feel my arousal pressing against her stomach. She moaned when I rubbed myself on her, her body shuddered with want. Lord knew I wanted to ask her, to pull away, look into her eyes and ask if she wants this, if she wants me. But I was too far gone. And I knew her, I knew that she would stop me if she didn't want it. But she didn't. Instead, she leaned into me, her hands fisted my shirt. That's when I knew that she wanted this as much as I wanted it too. I released her lips and tugged at the hem of her shirt. Her eyes met mine, and even though my vision was blurry, I saw that her eyes were filled with lust. "You're so beautiful, baby. So perfect. Let me worship you," I slurred. She raised her hand, giving me permission to take her shirt off. When I peeled the annoying fabric over her head, I froze. She wasn't wearing anything underneath. She was bare, and I hadn't seen a more beautiful sight. "Fuck, you're beautiful," I rasped. Her cheeks reddened as she looked away shyly and I smiled. I moved to her, placing a kiss on the tip of her nose. "You don't need to be shy around me, baby. I could look at you forever and not get tired." She looked up at me and shook her head, inhaling slowly. It's not that, Liam. It's just, I haven't done this before," she murmured, and I stared at her, not understanding what she meant. She noticed my confusion and lowered her head. "What I mean is, I'm a virgin, Liam. I have no experience with sex or anything." I froze immediately. "You're serious?" I asked, and she nodded. She had been with Ethan and she hadn't explored life at all. I kissed her forehead and then pulled her to me. "Do you want me to be your first?" I asked, my eyes still searching hers, and she nodded. 12/12 Monday, January 26 gr. Chapter 57. TO. Number 55 vouchers. "Yes, Liam," that was all the answer I needed. I pulled her close and kissed her like a man starved. Every touch sent shivers down her body. I trailed kisses down her neck and her shoulders, and she moaned softly. "Oh God, Liam." Her moans undid me. I was still drunk, so there was no way I'd have sex with her now. But I would make sure she came tonight. I dropped to my knees, and when she realized what I was about to do, she tried to push away shyly, but I held her back. "Liam," she started, but I had already placed my tongue directly on her clit. She moaned wantonly. My dick was already hard, straining against my pants, ready to fuck her, but I held on to my restraints. I tongue-fucked her as she rolled her hips, meeting my tongue thrust for thrust. I growled against her clit and she shook from the tremors, but I didn't stop. I pushed my tongue deeper into her clit, my body desperately in need of a release. When my tongue swiped across her hips again, she buckled against me, and with a loud cry, she came, her juices spilling inside my mouth. She tasted so fucking sweet. I lapped up the sweet nectar as she came down from her high. Then, she collapsed to the ground, but I held her, keeping her flush body on mine. For a moment, I forgot how to breathe. When she pulled away and stared at me, I saw wonder and pride all over her face. Her hands caressed my cheek and she placed a kiss on my forehead, lingering for just a moment. When she pulled away, she bent and whispered to me, "I love you, Liam." That was the last thing I remembered before sleep dragged me under. That night, I woke up, my mind still hazy from the alcohol, and saw that Angela had somehow managed to bring me to the bed. She sat beside me, her eyes memorizing every inch of me. When she noticed my gaze, she smiled. "Aren't you sleepy yet, baby?" I asked, still unfocused, and she shook her head. "I have to complete something first. I'll join you in a bit." She kissed my cheek and tried to stand up, but I pulled her back, resting my head on her laps. "Stay, just for a little while." She didn't protest. Instead, she sat in a more comfortable position and threaded her fingers through my hair, the movements pulling me back to sleep. The next morning, I woke up with a splitting headache and the vague sense that something was wrong. When I reached out to hold Angela, all I grasped was air. I opened my eyes and froze. The bed beside me was empty. "Angela," I croaked. No answer. Where could she have gone? Usually, she would stay with me in bed until I woke up. She had taken an emergency leave after the kidnapping incident. I pushed myself up, every muscle protesting against it, but I needed to find her. On the nightstand, there were 2 pills and a glass soft water with a note that read, "I know you'll wake up with a hangover. Drunk you is so cute. I'm downstairs, baby, so don't worry. Take the pills and come downstairs." Her handwriting was neat and beautiful. One of the many things that attracted me to her. I took the pills and then stumbled downstairs. That was when I heard voices near the front door. Angela's voice was firm and controlled. "You need to leave." 12/12 Monday, January 26, gr. Chapter 57. 73. 65 vouchers. Ethan's voice followed, irritated. "I just came to check on you. Why is that such a crime?" My blood ignited. What the fuck was Ethan doing in my house? How dare he show his face here, after what I had just found out? Did he come to check if his plan worked? Did he come to finish off what he started? I hurried up my steps and I reached the bottom of the stairs just as I saw them. Angela was standing between Ethan and the door, her posture defensive, protective. He looked smug. Comfortable. Like he belonged there. "You're not wanted here," she said sharply. "I've told you that. Please leave. You're standing in my boyfriend's house, Ethan. This is total disrespect." "I'm stubborn," Ethan replied. "You know that. I wanted to make sure you were okay." Angela scoffed. "As you can see, I'm all right. Now will you please leave? You're not wanted here, Ethan." Her voice was cold and detached. Ethan, however, didn't get the memo. He moved to touch her, but she pushed back so his hand grabbed air. I saw the disappointment wave in his eyes and I was filled with a great sense of pride. What does Liam have that I don't? Is it money? I have that. Is it different connections? You know more than anyone that I'll be the next CEO of my father's company. Or is it sex? He can't be that good. Angela's eyes widened at his words. How dare you, Ethan? How dare you come here and talk about my boyfriend that way? He's twice the man you'll ever be. You and I, Ethan, that chapter is closed in my life, so I suggest you stay far away from me. But, Ethan started to talk, but I had heard enough. He had to go before he stressed Angela out more than she was already stressed. I didn't think about the consequences. I didn't pause. I didn't even wait for him to finish his sentence before I crossed the room in 3 strides and punched him square in the face. Ethan stumbled back, shocked laughter bursting from his mouth as he steadied himself. Wow, he said, wiping blood from his lip. Your insecurity is really showing, Liam. Real typical, although I don't blame you. I'd do the same if I were in your shoes. Get out of my house, I snarled. He smiled, slow, taunting. Does Angela know the real reason you're always hovering around her? Angela turned toward me, confused. What is he talking about? She knows, I said coldly, eyes locked on Ethan. Everything. And she's still here. His smile faltered just slightly. Leave, I warned. Now. Or I file a restraining order. That will tarnish your perfect image, won't it? Ethan held my gaze for a long moment before laughing again, backing toward the door. This isn't over. No, I said. It's just starting. The door slammed shut behind him. Angela turned to me, concern etched across her face. Liam, what did he mean? I pulled her into my arms, holding her tighter than necessary. Nothing you need to worry about, I said quietly. But as I held her, one thought echoed louder than all the rest. This wasn't finished. And Ethan knew more than he was letting. 12/12 Monday, January 26 G. Archer. Love Beyond Human Limits, Daniel Moore. Recommended series.